measurable benefits that come from counting your blessings. And when I started finding the science, these peer-reviewed, published reports that had gone through an excruciating evaluation process to get published, I realized that this was new stuff that no one had really put together. When you've been doing this for 30 years, there are no news stories. You know, if Brittany forgets her underwear this week, 2 weeks from now it'll be somebody different who's, you know, run over a paparazzo. We know those stories are going to happen. And we know the story in Iraq is going to continue just with different names and faces attached to it. To me, this was new stuff. And the first study that got me going that said, whoa, there's something here, was brilliantly simple. And it was done by a guy out at UC Davis, a fellow by the name of Robert Emmons. His co-researcher was named Michael McCullough at the University of Miami. And it was real simple. They had college kids, because mostly people do anything for college credit, God bless you. And so they divided it up. This group of college kids was asked to write down every day 3 to 5 things for which they were grateful, and you know why it was something that was a blessing to them. This group here was asked to write down 3 to 5 things that they considered hassles. You know, the car broke down in the middle of the freeway. That would be a hassle. And this group here was just asked to write down your life events. Today I went shoe shopping or what have you. In addition to that, each participant was asked to keep a pretty detailed life diary of if you were sick, what was wrong with you, did you take any medicine, what did you take, aspirin, you know, Tylenol, allergy pills, did you exercise, if so, how long, did you drink, how much, did you do anything nice for anybody, are you making any progress toward your personal goals, really detailed questions that sort of gave a sense of what their day was like. And before anybody started on the study, they were asked to give the names of 5 people that they saw on a regular basis. So like Jess, I would see every day. So Jess might be somebody that I would write down as one of my colleagues that I see on a frequent basis. Unbeknownst to the study participants, about 2 or 3 weeks into the study, they went to those 5 people and said, hey, you notice anything different about Norville lately? To which Jess might say, if I was in the gratitude group, yeah, you know, she's a nice person, but I got to say lately she's been over backwards. I mean, the other day, I was really struggling with a project, and she was finished. She could have walked out of there, but she stuck around to help me get it done. What a nice person. So people noticed a difference in the behavior of the folks who were in the gratitude group. In addition, the people who were simply writing down their blessings. No big deal to it. It's not War and Peace. We're not looking to replicate Tolstoy here. The people who were focusing on their blessings, their gratitude, the things that were right in their life, were more active. On average, they exercised an hour and a half more per week than the other 2 groups did. They were healthier, they had fewer headaches, they had fewer allergy attacks, as measured by the number of pills that they weren't taking, that the other guys were taking. They reported that they were making more progress toward their personal goals. They reported that they were happier and more optimistic. Well, you can't really measure happiness, can you? So like that didn't count as far as I was concerned, because I only wanted to look at stuff that was quantifiable. But there was enough in that study that got me excited that I went, whoa, what else is out there? And that's when the real fun began. I just went on this research tear, you know, in between writing up little things about Lindsay Lohan, I'd be digging through the Journal of Personality and Social Psychiatry, which is really interesting if you are into this sort of stuff. But I recommend if you're really not into that sort of stuff, just read Thank You, Power, because I've done the heavy lifting for you. And on the other hand, if you have an insomnia problem, any of the footnotes in the back of the book would be a wonderful cure for that insomnia situation. The stuff I learned was amazing. When you're happy, that means you're in what the scientists call positive affect. Well, how do you measure when you're in positive affect? Well, there's this remarkable lady at Cornell University called Alice Eisen, who's spent her life studying what happens to us when we feel good. When we feel good, your dopamine receptors are located right here in your forehead. Well, when you feel good, you activate your dopamine receptors. And in one study, she showed how activating those dopamine receptors can work for all of our mutual